Giulia is officially back as the beautiful madness made her return to the ring on a live edition of NXT, but that just makes the madness of her dropping the belt to Stephanie Fakir, only to have Stephanie Fakir give it up 2 weeks later. Even more crazy. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Giulia may be the beautiful madness, but I think HBK, there's some madness in his booking. If Giulia was only going to be missing for like 3 weeks, then why in the hell did she lose the NXT Championship to Stephanie Fakir just for her to give up the NXT Championship 2 weeks after defending it? It just makes zero sense. I don't understand it. But Giulia is back in NXT. She wrestled at a live event, therefore she can't be injured, or at least the injury cannot be bad enough to have her forfeit or at least lose a title.
It's another fuck up in a long list of fuck ups. You look at last year, Seth Rollins picked up a knee injury, and guess what? They didn't have him defend the belt or wrestle for months. We've seen Gunther not defend his belt pay-per-view since Berlin.
Roman Reigns just can't be bothered showing it. Look at Roman Reigns' title reign. Oh, it was historic, it was this, it was that. Here, the guy used to take 4 months off at a time for no reason.
Cody Rhodes hasn't had a match since, what, the 1st of February?
Yeah, also, I'm not going to... This is about Giulia, so I'm not going to make it about Roman Reigns, but I did see an article the other day saying that Roman Reigns is set for some major time off after WrestleMania, and I was going to make a fid on it, but I thought, you know, I'll just get me banned if I truly say what I think about that. So, what's your thoughts on that, though, quickly before we move on?
I thought he just had time off.
Yeah, is his whole run for the past Bloodline, the last 5 years, Roman Reigns had time off?
Is he on the fucking brew?
I mean, the guy can barely show up, and apparently he's going to disappear after Mania.
I know, it's an absolute disgrace.
When he lost the belt to Cody, we didn't see him for like 6 months.
You're right, it would get cancelled, so let's just reel it in and fuck him, and fuck the rest of them.
Anyway, let's talk about Giulia. So she's back after her injury. I mean, fair play, at least someone that was actually wrestling pretty regularly and doing live shows, you know what I mean? May not rate her much or whatever, but I mean, but at least she shows up, you know, and I respect that. At least she gets in the fucking ring, unlike most people. So yeah, Giulia wrestled at the April 4th NXT live event in Crystal River, Florida, marking her first match since losing the NXT Women's Championship to Stephanie Fakir at NXT Roadblock on March 11th. So, 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
I just don't get the point of this for Shawn Michaels. It's like, is it not so hypocritical? I mean, is it just a case that it's Shawn Michaels?
Or 23 days, I mean, whatever you prefer.
3 weeks and 2 days, whatever you want to call it. But is it just due to the fact that Shawn Michaels runs NXT? I mean, NXT just doesn't have anywhere near the same amount of long-term booking that the main roster's got. Here, see the guys that are mid-carders? They're not actually going to be there every week. That's what wrestling's become on the main roster. See, in NXT, have to be fair, you get everybody every week, don't you? That's the benefits of filming in a wee shitey performance centre, but here, give me the performance centre every day of the week over a 16,000 crowd. Who cares what it is?
Yeah, so over the past 3 weeks, she has been at these NXT live shows. However, she's not been training and she's not been wrestling. Looks like she's just been doing backstage stuff and non-wrestling segments. However, she did return to the rings. She did legitimately wrestle a match, so she is back. During the recent episode of Fightful Select podcast, Sean Ross Sapp addressed the situation and why Giulia had been missing from the ring. He said, quote, "I have asked half a dozen people in the company about this, and they said that Giulia is around, but hasn't been participating in class and drills since the Stephanie match. One person mentioned like a possible ankle thing. I don't know. I'm working on it, but I've heard that she has not been participating in classes." End of quote. So, yeah, we did hear about an injury. That's why apparently they had the whole title versus title thing. It would appear to be the only reason they would have that, because why else would they do that? On what planet does it make any sense to Like we're not talking like, oh, look, Giulia and Stephanie Fakir have ran through the entire roster. They've defended their belts like a dozen times each, so therefore it looks like the only person that can beat them is each other, and we're going to find out who the real champion is. Both women only had one title defense of their belt. It was very early in both the title reigns.
She basically vacated the belt to Stephanie
Who,
Fakir.
who then vacated her belt.
Yeah, it's just a mess, isn't it?
Yeah, so on the 22nd of March NXT live show, Giulia appeared and she attacked Cora Jade, which would suggest that there's a story going there and that they were expecting her to come back soon. And yeah, now obviously she's laced up the boots, so I mean, it may be Giulia versus Cora Jade at Stand and Deliver. I thought what it was looking like, I thought it was going to be a fatal four-way at Stand and Deliver with possibly both belts on the line. That's what it looked like to me, because do you remember a few months ago it was Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez versus these two in tag team action? And I thought that maybe they were going to do some sort of fatal four-way at Stand and Deliver.
No, I do remember that. Speaking of two people that have been buried, Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. Whatever happened there?
Yeah, whatever happened there. I'll tell you what happened there. I think that WWE have pretty much just tossed aside their entire division to bring in Giulia and bring in Stephanie Fakir and push them both to the top. And what you have now is two okay wrestlers that just cannot cut promos, can barely speak English, have no characters. The Beautiful Madness isn't a character, it's a moniker, it's just a nickname.
Yeah.
Stephanie Fakir, whatever she is.
Her face paint's not a character.
You know, wearing a horn to the ring, that's not a character. Having red lighting in your entrance, that's not a character. Wrapping your legs around someone's head and bashing them into the head while Booker T's going, shucky ducky, quack quack, you know, and that's not a character, like, you know, it's just not. So, I mean, Giulia's back, but I doubt they're going to put her in that North American ladder match. I mean, that would seem like a downgrade. Here, lose your belt to Stephanie Fakir, then fight for the one she vacated. You know, what the fuck?
No, but see, to me, it just screams, like I said about Fakir. Here, they're not very good with English, so we'll just hoover the belt off them. Yeah.
I know, but there was no reason for them to have the belts. I think the job they're
No, but you know, bigger stars.
They're both in their 40s, man. They could have went to the main roster.
But say someone in the main roster, right, was women's world champ or men's. They pick up an injury, it rules them out for 23 days, going into Mania. Are they forfeiting the belt?
No, like you said, Seth Rollins.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Injured for a couple of months.
It doesn't make any sense.
Didn't have to defend the belt.
Yeah, there's no
sat on the sidelines.
There's no 30-day compete clause. You know, it's just. I don't know. I don't get it.
And even the whole Stephanie Fakir vacating, it's like she won the belt, and then not the next week, but the week after, defended them in a double. Defended both belts in the same week, and then the very next week she has to vacate them. Like, what was that all about?
We've buried it, man. I'm sick of talking about it. It's just ridiculous. Hey, it's competitive. That means I need to give it up. What? Fucking some of the pissest, poorest reasons you'll ever hear in your puff.
Right, prediction. What do you think is... What's the NXT Women's Championship match at Stand and Deliver?
I'm going to go with Jordana Grace versus Stephanie Fakir versus Jada Parker.
That's it? Simple for it?
I think that's it, yeah.
That's the ticket. And then what? Just Giulia versus Cora Jade?
Yeah.
Roxanne Perez? Does she get a match, or has she just been kicked to the...
Well, I don't know.
Kicked to the curb?
We touched on it at the Rumble. It's like she's had 3 Rumble appearances, and now they're buried. She's losing every match before she goes to the main roster.
I mean, she just lost to Kalani Jordan, so who's going to take her seriously now? What?
Yeah, it's just shit.
It's fucking dumb. You know what? Did they think... Did they regret putting the belt on Giulia? Did they go, hold on, she's not that good? And that's why... Or do you think... Why did they do this? Go, Big Stevie. The guy that didn't live during the Attitude Era, but he's watched it all. Go, explain to us.
I lived for a wee bit, yeah.
People calling you. You put them in their place.
What's his name? Breeze something?
Fucking some Cody Rhodes fanboy. Screw him. Anyway, right, go.
Let's actually just address how retarded that is, right?
Here, I wasn't alive for Terminator 1. It's probably and Predator. 2 of my favourite of all...
Rocky movies. You know what I mean? All the
The only Rocky movies I was alive for were all the shit ones. Yeah, 1 to
yeah.
4 is my fucking favourite. Am I not
Yo,
allowed to like them because I wasn't born? Come on.
we've watched wrestling weekly now for years, consistently. This current era. Does that mean it's better because I didn't watch it weekly in '99?
See all these losers saying that the Cena heel turn was better. Yeah, you weren't alive during the Hogan, so I mean, how can you say that?
How
All
can
these
you say it?
all these losers saying that the Cena heel turn's the best. Well, unless you were alive and old enough to witness the Hogan one, it doesn't count. I mean, load of shite.
Yeah, I get it, right? See, actually being alive during that period, like if I was 24 during the Attitude Era, I think you'd have a completely different feeling towards it, looking back as like a 50-year-old. But see, these people bashing the Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression, I'm convinced they didn't fuck it. They haven't watched it weekly, man. They haven't. They're just fucking Cody Rhodes with some other bloody bell end who just stop watching WWE. You guys are not nice about the WWE.
No, I don't get right. See these people that piss their pants and stop. If you don't like it, stop watching. Here, if you don't like us bashing it, stop watching.
Yeah.
Take your own advice there, buddy. Anyway, right, don't distract us. Stand and deliver. You're going with Jada Parker, Jordana Grace,
and
Stephanie Fakir. Stinking.
Oh yeah.
Stinking.
I don't whatever combination you want, I won't be watching.
They should have had an elimination fatal 4-way. That looked like it. Anyway, why do you think this happened? Why did she drop the belt? What's your opinion on that? Before we end this bad boy. Because she's back wrestling.
Maybe they think Giulia is big enough to have a singles match by herself, and they were like, all right, we'll put the multi-man women in for the North American title, and she's big enough to carry a singles match.
Is Giulia going to be on the main roster after WrestleMania?
Probably, aye.
Is Roxanne Perez going to be on the main roster after WrestleMania?
Probably, aye. Yo, I'm not against them being on the main roster. I just think.
Listen, see if Giulia and Stephanie Fakir, right? See if they're as good as we're told that they are, and they're both into their 30s now, and you have mid-card titles now in the women's division on Raw and SmackDown. There is no fucking excuse for them not being on the main roster.
Yo, Charlotte Flair will be away for 6 months after Mania. Wait to get a new fucking bit of plastic installed in her coupon, so I'm sure that'll free a space up for like Giulia or Fakir or someone like that.
Do you not agree though with the US and Intercontinental titles? Like what they doing?
No. What are they doing? Fucking get them called up, man. Wrestling needs to be refreshed. It's been the same fucking faces for years.
I know, but I just look at NXT like, and I think they've completely threw the women that they were building up onto the back burner. It's like some, I don't know, like Lola Face, Tia Hale, all these women, even the ones like Gigi Dolan or JC Jane. It's
look at Jakora Jackson, Lash Legend. They get called up, right, to SmackDown months ago, and now they are losing every week. Why is that?
See, I don't know. I don't think tag teams. I don't think women's tag teams appearing on SmackDown's getting called up because it's like a.
Yeah, but see those
they,
two.
They defend the belts across three brands.
They've got more about them than those two midget women on Raw. Caden Charter and Cance, whatever the fuck they're called, man.
Jaden Carter and Carter Chance or
That's
something.
the one.
I think I got it wrong as well, but yeah.
Yeah, if they were.
Listen, see if your name's good, you don't get it wrong.
Yeah,
you never call Austin Stevie Ozzy or something. You know, it's like
Steve Hickenbottom or something
yeah.
like that.
Michael Sean, you know, it's like what the hell's going on here?
Nope. No, we don't do that.
Anyway, that's it, guys. We'll see what happens. I think they're fucked up. Why take the belt off her? Just to give it to Stephanie Fakir? Just to have her lose it? On what planet did it make sense?
No, but
Planet Michaels?
When you compare it to the main roster, Cody hasn't defended the belt since...
I think Michaels took his eye off the ball.
Gunther hasn't defended since, what, the 17th of January? Cody hasn't defended since the 1st of February. So why did she need to give it up?
I know, it's just after defending both belts, and she gets one hoovered off her. Oh, we've decided that it's not fair. The belts need defended regularly. I will fucking tell your male champions that on the main roster, for God's sake.
But Kevin Owens, we don't insult the fans' intelligence.
Triple H is sniffing the life out of wrestling.
Yep.
One sniff at a time. And that's it,
It's like a
guys.
fucking Hoover.
Till next time. Full blast.
No, I know 2 ways about it.
The Hoover bag's just been cleared. It's been emptied.
Aye,
It's got a lot of room for a lot of dust and dirt to be filled it.
that's plenty.
Anyway, till next time. Peace.